Hello there, channel members, friends, and followers. This is Q8 Pilot, your host for tonight's show, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are flying a route that has been requested by so many of you. We are flying today in the Philippines, and specifically from Butuan Airport to Ninoy Aquino. And we've got an internet problem here, internet connection lost. Hopefully we get that connected soon. I want to welcome all of you guys to this live stream. We have today with us Boeing Corp. Welcome aboard from Logan, New Jersey. Happy New Year to you, my friend, Rand Cooley. I'm very glad to see you here, Rand. Thank you very much for your continued support. As always, Default Pilot, welcome aboard. Row Page, Aero Knowledge, welcome aboard. And yeah, thank you very much for your warm welcome. I appreciate it. Harold Phoenix, hello, my friend. Yo, thanks for flying in my country. Well, thank you for being here this evening. Duffy, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. And we have also Phoebe CMB. Welcome aboard, my friend. And we have Captain Ray with us today. George Chadwick, welcome. Ben Simmer, hello, good evening. I just watched your live from Explain 12 Beta 1. It was educational again. Thank you for your good work. Well, thank you, sir, for being here this evening. And we have Badger and Oliver Robert. How are you guys doing? I hope you are all doing very well. Of course, the actual flight is aboard Philippine Airlines. It's an Airbus flight. Philippine Airlines, I don't think, own a 737, so this is a fictitious livery. And a fictitious aircraft for the route, but the route is a real-world route aboard this Philippine Airlines. It's a scheduled flight from Butuan to Manilla. And yeah, let's have some fun with this updated PMDG 737. Has received an update a few days ago. And so it would be a good idea for us to check it out and see how it fares up. And what are the, I think they've made some changes to the flight model as well. So it does fly a little different. So what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be doing the full-fledged experience, which means that we're going to be using a GSX Pro. And so for that, we are going to start by requesting boarding.
Boarding requested.
All right, so boarding is requested, and we're going to hop into the cockpit and start prepping the aircraft. We have the external power already powered up. A lovely scenery of Butuan Airport. Both the airport, I've made a few changes, actually one change to our commands in chat command. So now instead of having ARR and DEP, you can only type exclamation scenery, and you will get both the departure and arrival airports. With the links, of course, as it is always the case with those chat commands. So George, yeah, iScenery, you'll get the sceneries for both, hopefully. All right, perfect. So the stream today is being broadcasted to both YouTube and Twitch. And let's get things set up here. All right, so the first thing is we are going to set the payload and fuel information. So we'll bring up our friendly Volanta application, and we're going to go to the weights here, and we're going to take a note of the payload and the fuel. The payload today is 34.2, and the fuel is 13, exactly. All right. So let's go to the fuel, 13,000. That would be 13,000 pounds of fuel. And the payload is 32 point, what was it? 32, payload 34.2, or is zero fuel of 126. So we're going to say 126, and we're going to enter that here. Perfect. That is all done. And we're going to come back here and go to the FMC. And now we can start with the... oh, look at that. We have the pilots there boarding. And you have some passengers running over the equipment there. Again, the problem here is with DX2, but we have the pilot and co-pilot boarding. All right, let's head up here to the overhead
Crew
panel
boarding starting.
and start setting things up. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to test the APU fire test. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. All right, excellent. That's done. And the cargo fire test as well. Checks okay. And then we're going to head over to the overhead panel. And we're going to over here and test the speed, Mach speed warning test 1 and 2. Stall warning test 1 and 2. Looks like the 2s are not working on both sides. But that's okay. We're going to go to nav mode for our ADIRS. There we go. And this is set to position. All right, so it is aligning now. And LE devices doesn't seem to work as well. All right. And next thing is, I think that's because the battery is still not turned on. All right, there we go. And ground power is now connected to the aircraft. And now everything should work as it should. No, this one doesn't work. And this one does work now. Perfect. Okay. So things are good here. We are going to arm the emergency light and turn on the fasten seat belt and non-smoking signs. And the left after fuel pump is on. We are going to turn the window heat and the hydraulics. Everything here looks good. Recirc fans are on. We'll put the pack on auto. And let's bring up Volanta again here, and we're going to go to the operational flight plan and take a note of our final cruise altitude today, which is 38,000 feet. And we are going to set the pressure to 38,000.
Your crew
Excellent.
has boarded.
All right, so
Passengers boarding starting.
all right, so the passengers are boarding, and you will notice that the passengers will come through that door. So we will be able to see the passengers coming here through the page, through the door. I'm looking at the page here. So, there you go. Now we can see the passengers boarding the aircraft. Very nice scenery, and I highly recommend that if you get this scenery, that you also get the GSX profile available on flightsim.to. They've really made that, the custom routes are very nice to see the passengers coming to the aircraft. And you can see him here now boarding on both the exits. All right, perfect. So all is good here. Let's go ahead and start programming the FMC. So we're going to come down here and go to clear that. We're going to go to position in it. It's less than 2 hours. It's about 1 hour and 30 minutes or so, something like that. So let's go to position in it, and we are at Romeo, Papa, Mike, Echo. All right, and we're going to grab the GPS position from the previous page, put it here, and voila, we have alignment. And we're going to go to the routes page, RPME to RPLL. That's Romeo Papa Lima Lima, which is Ninoy Aquino International Airport in the capital city of the Philippines. And the flight number today is, let's take a look here, PAL 2968. PAL 2968. And flight number is done. Excellent. Let's go to the departure. The departure today is going to be through the, let's see here, let's take a look. So the Bump 1 Bravo through the Jared transition. So bump through Bravo 30, bump 1 Bravo, that's the one there. Runway 30, excellent. And then we're going to go to the route. We're going to go to the next page. That's the Jared transition. And then we're going to take Whiskey 14 to MCT. Whiskey 14 to Mike Charlie Tango. And from there, we are going to take Whiskey 11 to Condi. Whiskey 11 to Condi. Whiskey 11 to Condi. And finally, it's the Condi 5 Romeo, runway 06 at Manilla. All right, excellent. So let's go ahead and do that. Condi, so we're going to go back to the RTE, to their departure and arrival, and we're going to select the arrival, which is the Condi 3P, Condi 5, is it Romeo? Condi 5 Romeo, yeah. Condi 5 Romeo, and ILS runway 06. Do we have a transition? We can always find out by taking a look at the charts or the flight plan. Sometimes you'll find it in the flight plan. So if we come here, we don't see it, but let's go ahead and take a quick look at Navigraph. So let's unload this one, import from SimBrief, and we're going to download our flight plan. Let's hide this here. No, we need that. Hang on one second. Let's go to Manila. Runway 06 approaches, and we're going to select runway 06. Let's bring it here on the overlay it on the map, so we can see exactly what's going on here. And now we can hide this. All right. So from Gondo to Tara, Mia is actually right here at the airport. So I'm just going to go ahead and say route, activate, and execute. And then we're going to go to the next page. Next page, we're just going to select Tara. And we're going to clear this discontinuity and click on execute. All right, perfect. All's looking good. And everything is in tip-top shape. Bobpino65, hello friend, got an issue. Every time I move my mouse in the cockpit, just after a white dot appears on the screen, it's a bug or what? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm sorry. Okay, so we're almost there with the passengers. We have our flight plan done. And now we can see there are no discontinuities. And if we go to our flight plan and we step through it, just to make sure that everything looks good. And that's exactly what we see in the Navigraph chart. So this looks good. We are good. This is Tara. This is the final fix for runway 06. All right, perfect. All is done here in terms of our flight plan. And we can switch this back to map. All right, switch back to map. Excellent. Looks like passengers are still boarding the aircraft, as you can see here. And all right, let's continue here. We're going to go to the performance. Zero fuel is set. The reserve fuel is the final reserve plus the, if we go to flight planning and we go to the weights, actually we need to go to the beginning. Let's go to the operational flight plan. So if you look here, the alternate plus final reserves gives you the reserve fuel. So 1.8, that's 2. 2 and 2 is about 4. So we'll just select 4, and the cost index for this flight is 5. 5 is selected, and the final cruise altitude, of course, today is going to be 38,000 feet. So we're going to select 380 and stick it here. The cruise wind 098 degrees 19, 098 and 19. And that is now selected. Unable 250. All right, we can fix that. No worries at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the legs page. And let's see. This is the problem here. So we're going to fix that. And we're just going to say 244. We'll select the same speed from the next waypoint. And we'll change that and execute. And now we should have this working properly. We should not get that warning now. Hello, Matthew. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here. Thank you very much for being here, Matthew, and for your support. Rand, by the way, did you get my email? I have sent you an email. I was wondering if you've received the email. All right. So it looks like the passengers are on board the aircraft, and let's go ahead then and turn on the APU just so that we are ready. So there we go. APU is now starting, and let's continue with the preparation here. So we're going to go to the N1 limit. We're not going to derate the takeoff. We'll just leave it as it is. It's a short runway here. So we're going to go to takeoff. We're going to select flaps of 5. The CG is 20. That's 5.31 degrees for the trim. And our speed is 133, 135 for V rotate, and 145 for V2. So we're going to set 145 is set. Flight directors are on both sides. Let's go ahead and set our fuel to 38,000 feet, which is our final cruise altitude for this flight today. And let's see here. 38,000 is now set. Rejected takeoff for auto brakes. And we are pretty much now ready to start our engines. We're just going to wait for the final confirmation from cabin crew, and then we'll be good to go. I hate it when this happens. This is very bad. Yeah, this is a problem with DX12, and hopefully they'll fix it in the next release. So it looks like boarding is now complete. And by the way, this is a really nice scenery. Let me just very quickly show you guys. You know, I think... let's see. There we go. All right. So it's not a very big airport, and this airport cost about I think $5, $6, something like that. So not a very expensive airport to purchase, but it really is a very nice airport and located in a very nice part of the Philippines, and the scenery is just really fantastic over in the Philippines. Very, very nice indeed. You guys are lucky. Whoever is from the Philippines, you guys are very lucky. Very nice country. All right. So, NM Flyer Robin, welcome aboard, my friend. If it ain't Boeing, we're not going. Absolutely. All right. So, we have everything here ready. Overhead panel and the... all right. Thank you, Rand. Thank you. Appreciate it. Perfect. Perfect, Rand. All right. We have the APU, so let's go ahead and turn on the APU gens. And we're going to turn on the fuel pumps as well. Excellent. And everything else is looking good. We're going to turn off the pack for engine start. And we're going to turn on our beacon lights, so anti-collision lights are now on. All right. We can now call the ground service and request our pushback. So let's do this, just that, and we're going to do that via our wheel. Why is my wheel here? All right, come over here. All right, here we go, and let's go to GSX. By the way, you can also access GSX by hitting Control, Shift, and F12 if you don't want. So let me just show you real quick. So Control, Shift, and F12 will bring up the GSX menu. That's a shortcut. Which you can modify from the GSX settings if that's what you choose to do. All right, prepare for pushback and departure. And the departure clearance is now requested. And we are good. Excellent. Everything looks good for engine start. And let's just set our trim to 5.3 units. So we're going to come down here.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
All right, 5.3 units set. Right, he's locking the gear. All right, let me very quickly come over here and go to menu, FS Actions, and we're going to go ground services, release the ground power, and remove the chocks. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. Excellent. All right, here's the pushback truck, and we'll be receiving our clearance to start the engines pretty soon. Thank you, Air Knowledge, for being here, my friend. All right. Looks like he's still locking the gear.
Locking gear.
All right. Really, truly a very nice rendition of the airport. Let's see here. Nearest... none of these work for some reason. Okay. All right, so we are going to use the auto-saved quick edit pushback.
Release parking brakes.
And that is used in the GSX profile. So let's go ahead and release the parking brake. Toe brakes are held.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
All right, we have clearance to start our engines, and we will begin with the engine number 2. Set to ground, and now we can see the engine number 2 spooling. Spoiling. All right, yeah, let's go back and let's go to the FMC. All right, and we're going to put this on the climb page. So FMC climb and 20%. All right, here we go. Why is engine fail? Ah, that's because the bleed isn't working. All right, that's why. I discovered your channel a few months ago, and without it, I'd be lost in the world of flight simulation. Thank you, Kuwait, for making great content. A real jewel. Oh, thank you so much, Air Knowledge, for your kind words. I appreciate it. Hi, are you gonna test the E175 when it comes out for MSFS soon? Absolutely, yes. Without a doubt. We have Rafal with us on the Twitch channel. Without a doubt, my friend, yes. What is this guy doing? Is he going to take us all the way back?
Set parking brakes.
All right. And parking brake is set.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
All right. Control Shift 12 and confirm.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
All right. Let's start engine number 1. And for this, we're going to turn on the pack on high and close the isolation valve. All right. And now we can see the engine number 1 spooling. All right, 22%, and fuel is coming on. Excellent.
Unlocking gear.
It is a nice repaint, NM Flyer, yeah. Hello, Jeff. Welcome aboard, my friend. Just in time for Pushback. What a great learning experience you offer. Always nice to tag along. Well, thank you very much for your kind words and for being here, my friend. I appreciate it. What happened to ground textures? Rafal, the problem with the ground textures is an issue with DX12. There's a bug that sometimes, you know, you get those blurred textures, and sometimes they kind of just go away completely. You get the patch as it was the case when we started the stream today. So it's a known bug by Asobo and Microsoft, and hopefully they'll fix it in time. All right, so we have a good start on both engines. Engines 1 and 2 are now running, so we're going to turn on the gens. The engine selectors go to continuous. And here is the ground crew giving us the signal for clearance, both left and right. All right, thank you very much for your service. Appreciate it. And we can now set up the rest of the overhead panel. We're going to turn on the yaw dampers. Everything here looks good. The center tanks are empty. And we can put this on the generator 1 and generator 2. And we have a positive charge on both. Everything here looks good. We can turn off the APU momentarily. Let's turn on the probe heat. And recirc fans are both on auto. Trim air is on. The cockpit voice recorder is on auto. And we're going to now put the PAX isolation valve all on auto. We're going to turn off the APU bleed, and we're going to turn off APU master. Excellent. We're going to turn on the runway turn-off lights and taxi lights, and we are going to perform the flight control check. And we're going to do full up, full down, full left, full right, neutral, pedal, full left, full right, neutral. All right, perfect. All checks okay, and we're going to come down here and set this to the 0, 5, 0, 5, 0, 1. All right, and we're going to set this to TARA. Excellent. We're going to set our flaps to flaps 5 for departure. Is that flaps 5? It is flaps 5 indeed. Okay, perfect. All right, other than that, we're good to go, folks. Let's release the parking brake. Dwayne Curley, hello, my friend. How do you know all this stuff? I was wondering if you could teach me this because I would love to be a pilot when I'm older. Well, Dwayne, I'll be more than happy to teach you. I have, by the way, a few tutorials that you can go and watch. But if you have any specific question, I'll be, of course, more than happy to answer them on the Discord. That's exactly right, about 1 hour and 30 minutes. All right, let's go ahead and release the parking brake. And let's go. Perfect. All right, let's give it a little bit more power here. And yeah, that's good. All right, just to kind of start pushing the aircraft. And there we go. Off we go to Manilla. Excellent. All right, just right before we enter the runway, we are going to turn on the landing lights and the strobe lights as well. And everything else looks good to me. Excellent. We're just going to make the turn and go to the far end of the runway and make the turn there. No incomings. Excellent. Look at this airport, guys. Just really beautiful. And here is a nice wing view. Right, we're going to reduce our power here and line up with runway 30 for departure. Doesn't give you a lot of space here to maneuver, but should be sufficient. All right, here we go. We are lined up, runway 30, and we are cleared for takeoff. Let's turn on the auto throttle. All right, let's take it to 40% N1. Engines are stable. Toga. Tell you, one of the things I'm noticing is the sensitivity. The aircraft handles a lot better on the ground. 80 knots check. After this recent update, it's a lot more stable on the ground.
Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gears going up. Just look at that beautiful scene as we depart Butuan Airport. Let's not get carried away with the views there. All right, speed check. Flaps 1. All right, let's go to VNAV. Speed check, flaps up. LNAV. And we can put the gear in the off position. Dwayne Curley. What do you give out? Hang on one second. Let's start the autopilot here. So Command A engaged. Auto brake is turned off. What do you give out the membership? You can, if you click on the join button, you will see what's offered with the membership. So it's all there, my friend. Q8, would you consider becoming a real-world pilot? Well, air knowledge, I think I'm a bit too old now to, to become an airline pilot work for an airline company. But I'm definitely getting my type rating on the 737 after retirement. That's for sure. All right, we are now climbing through 6,000 for 38,000, which is our final cruise altitude. Let's take a few external views here of the aircraft departure. And this looks really good, guys. Looks fantastic. All right, we continue our climb. You know, folks, sometimes, when you make a decision, and sometimes you are 95% sure that you're making the right call. Then, every day passes by, you get confirmation that you've made the right decision. The feeling is so good. Yeah. Abood, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Hello, Casper, DCS. Welcome aboard. Why A320 usually faster descent than 738? That I don't know. Kakaku, hello, my friend. I missed yesterday's stream, and the A319 is one of my best buses, so it's opened on a different window. Enjoy the show. Boeing Corp, please do a flight with the Mad Dog MD-80. You got it, Boeing Corp. Absolutely. In fact, that was going to be the next MSFS stream. I'm going to download the MD-80, but first we're going to do the MD-11 in X-Plane. So runway turn off, taxi lights, engine mode selectors back to off, and all the lights here are good. Everything is looking perfect, so no problems there. And we continue now our climb to 38,000 feet. Or vice versa. Yeah, that works also, for sure. So, yeah. I'll just say that I'm very content with the recent decisions that I've made. And yeah. So How about the... Yeah. All right, so we continue our climb, and everything is looking in tip-top shape at the moment. And for those of you who missed the last stream, I am going to be sponsoring the Flight Sim Expo, so I will be one of the sponsors, and I will have a booth there as well. That's real weather, yes, NM Flyer Robin. That's real weather, but we're of course not flying in real time because right now it's pitch dark in the Philippines. But that is real weather, yeah. I am going to be a sponsor of Flight Sim Expo, and I will have a booth there as well for those of you who are attending the event on June the 23rd through the 25th in Houston, Texas. You're more than welcome to come say hello at the Q8 Pilot booth and get a free t-shirt and cap, perhaps, depending on availability. But yeah, that's what I plan to do. So be sure, if you're there, be sure to come and say hello. I'm very excited about the event, and very excited to actually meet the development companies and all the really, in fact, the person that I'm really excited the most about meeting would be Austin Meyer from Laminar Research. I just really, he is just a great guy, and it would be an honor to meet him. All right, barrel reference set to standard. We're going to set our climb profile here, and we are going to bring up the traffic terrain as well. So all of that good stuff is now on the display, and we continue our climb. Here is a look at the external view. Very nice little islands in the Philippines. And continue the climb. Here's a nice wing view. And another one. Look at the details here on the window, all the scratches. I just really like PMDG. He is so enthusiastic about flight. It's infectious. I agree with you there, Count von Altabar. And welcome to my Twitch channel. Yeah, he's definitely you know, a quite a character, and he's very, very smart, and I love the way he explains things. Anything he says is of interest. He's just brilliant. He's a brilliant guy. He's very humble. I like that a lot about him, and he's got a good sense of humor too. So yeah, a great overall a great person to know and meet and chat with. So other news for you guys, I'm currently working on the stream graphics. So start screen, you know, intermittent, what do you call it, wait screen, end screen, you know, all that with alerts and things like that. Intermission, that's the word. So I'm waiting for all of that to finish, and then I'll come and present it to you guys here over on the stream. So you guys can tell me what you think. And I am also planning a few review videos of some products, some hardware as well as software. So some add-ons and some some add-ons and some gear for flight simming. In fact, there is a company called Pro Desk Sim. And what they do is they create add-ons for the existing flight controls, such as the Honeycomb Bravo throttle. And I've been, you know, looking at their products, and I am quite impressed. I'm quite impressed with the quality of what they have to offer. So I'm planning to do a video. I've actually recorded the footage. I just haven't had time to edit the videos, and create the video. So that is coming very soon, guys. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to, provide you with sufficient insight on this company and their products, so that you can, decide if this is something that you want to do. Personally, I think they have a very good product line. So we'll take a look at that in the coming days. What do you set your FMC performance rating at? 0.65, etc. Let's see here. What do we have here for performance climb? So I leave everything pretty much on default. I don't change really anything here. So yeah. Progress here, we're looking good. About 75 nautical miles for top of climb. And yeah, all is looking cool. Some cloudy weather here. The recent version of X-Plane 12, the Beta 1, so 12.01 Beta 1 actually looks pretty good. The clouds, they fixed a lot of it. And so, yeah, I think it's starting to look really good. I'm quite happy with it now. Performance is very good. So, yeah. I think the restream functionality has been very good. I'm glad that we're able to stream on both YouTube and Twitch. I will, by the way, not join the affiliate program of Twitch because they have an exclusivity rule that says that you cannot multi-stream. So you cannot stream on Twitch and at the same time stream to another platform. So definitely something that's not going to work for me because my largest subscriber base is on YouTube. So, but I'm going to continue, I think, moving forward to stream on both platforms. I've decided to remove Twitter just for the lack of viewership on Twitter. So. So yeah, we're just gonna stream exclusively now on YouTube and Twitch. There's a lot more I need to learn also about Twitch, but I think it's a great platform. And yeah. So definitely a lot of excitement over X-Plane 12, at least from my side. Thank you very much, Rand. Appreciate it. A lot of I'm overly excited about X-Plane 12, and folks, when Laminar Research announced X-Plane 12 and they put out a trailer showing some of the new things such as the 3D vegetation, the new lighting system, on that very day, I wrote on their channel, or I don't remember, was it YouTube or Twitter, I said you can always bet on Laminar Research. And it is without any doubt in my mind, that Laminar is in for the long run, and I am very confident in the company's ability to create a very immersive and very high fidelity flight simulation experience, and I just love it. I love X-Plane. The smoothness of X-Plane is unmatched by any other sim in my view. I like it a lot, but again, you can tell, you can see how beautiful Microsoft Flight Simulator is, and we have again a lot of high fidelity aircraft now. So I enjoy both sims, but I have a spot, a spot side or a soft side for Laminar and X-Plane. Grew up in Houston and soloed from Hobby Airport in 1976 in a PA 140. How exciting is that? And yeah, Rand, that I do know. XP is your first choice. Yeah, it is my first choice as well. But I think there are a lot of things that Microsoft Flight Simulator offers that X-Plane simply does not offer. And being able to enjoy both, I think, is a real treat for us flight simmers. I mean, just you look out the window and you see this beautiful sight of these clouds forming the sky color, the terrain underneath. Here, just look at that. Look at how beautiful this is. And of course, in terms of performance, definitely Microsoft Flight Simulator is next gen. It uses the latest available technologies in terms of graphic cards, and it really harnesses the power of the NVIDIA graphics card with the DLSS 3. We have boy, if you bow me, I'm a bow on. Hey man, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome aboard. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. All right, 32.5 for 38,000 feet. And we continue our climb steadily to our cruise altitude. Everything's looking in tip-top shape as we climb. I don't think we need the profile page anymore, so I'm just going to remove that. Leave that here. And we can increase the range a little bit, and yeah, as we get closer to Manilla, we will create the ring around our runway, and we'll configure the aircraft for the arrival. We have iGray Foxy. Is it Foxy or Foxel just became a VVIP member here at the channel. Welcome aboard, my friend. Thank you very much for joining the exclusive group of members here on the channel. I appreciate your support very, very much. That's very kind of you. Thank you for joining the membership here at the channel and for your support. In the 60s and 70s, flying on airlines, one would be dressed nicely. Now people wear whatever. Yeah, a lot of things have changed. NM Flyer, back in the when I went to school, I remember in elementary, middle school, high school, there was a ritual, and when the teacher came into the class, we used to all stand up, just out of respect for the teacher. And we would not sit down unless the teacher says sit down, that you're allowed to sit down. There was discipline, something I really miss nowadays. We don't see these things in our time now. With my kids definitely don't see it. They don't do it. It's not part of the culture anymore. Simbrief provides too high flight plan for this short flights. Harold Phoenix, the easiest way for you to figure out the cruise level, of course, with the restriction being the service ceiling of the aircraft, is to multiply the nautical miles. So if you have 200 nautical miles is the distance, then multiply that by 10, and that would give you 20,000, and that would be your suitable cruise altitude. The same thing happens. Thank you very much, iGray Fox. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. So always you can just multiply it by 10. So if the distance is 380 nautical miles, then you multiply that by 10. It gives you 38,000 feet, which would be your optimal cruise altitude. So that's the easiest way to figure it out. Maybe it's not very scientific, but it works. Just saying, there are a lot of teachers that shouldn't be. Oh yeah, of course, without a doubt. But I think, out of respect for the profession, I think it's a good idea. It's a good idea to instill these values in our children. But their time is very different from our time, and I was my dad was a very strict at least with me. I was the eldest son, so he was. I think he raised me a little bit in a different way, in a different manner, and discipline was very important for him. And the relationship, I think, back in the days was more of a father figure that you look up to, that he's a role model, he is the example that I aspire to be like, all sorts of things. Nowadays, you can have a little bit of that, that's okay. But I think what's very important now with your children is to become their friend. I think the most important thing is that they see you as somebody that they can talk to, somebody they can vent to, somebody that they can really ask for help when they're in trouble. And I think that's the kind of relationship that parenting, without a doubt, has changed over the years. The values and what is regarded as a good parenting style has definitely changed over the years. So I try my best to be their friend, and at the same time not lose sight of the fact that I am also their dad. All right, so we have about 150 nautical miles for top of descent. I would think Kuwait schools would be more disciplined. They are more disciplined, without a doubt, yes. All right, so we are at 38,000 feet, ladies and gentlemen, and here is a nice wing view here as we continue our flight towards Manila, the capital city of the Philippines. There's, by the way, a lot of Filipinos in Kuwait. There is quite a bit of them, yeah. And they work in all sorts of things. You'll find them everywhere. They're lovely people, very, very hard-working people, I must say. They are very disciplined. They are very dedicated, very committed to what they do. And they are just really lovely people. And they're very kind-hearted. At least all the ones that I have crossed paths with are very, kind-hearted. Do you like MSFS or X-Plane 12 the most? It's a very difficult question. I get asked this question a lot. And in all honesty, I like them both for different reasons. Okay? And maybe I said this many times on streams, is that I enjoy Microsoft Flight Simulator more when I'm doing VFR flights because of the beautiful scenery that it offers. So you feel more realism, more immersion there. But X-Plane has some excellent general aviation aircraft, so it makes it really, again, a good contender. Where I really like X-Plane, and I feel that X-Plane excels, is the fidelity of the aircraft that are available for X-Plane, and I also like the flight model in X-Plane a lot. There's something about it that just keeps me, going back to it. I get more fulfillment with taking off and landing in X-Plane than I do with MSFS, to be very frank. But I enjoy them both equally. For different reasons. I like them. I try to balance out the content, but I will tell you guys one thing that is a fact. There are a lot more people creating content for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Just about everyone is now creating content for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Some are successful, some are, kind of iffy. There are very few that I watch of those Microsoft Flight Simulator content creators. Very few. They don't exceed, by the way, 4 or maximum 3 or 4 maximum. So the reason I'd like to focus more on X-Plane is because I think I can offer you more value. There are so many tutorials, guides for a Microsoft Flight Simulator, but not so much for, not equal, I think, in equal amount. There's still a lot for X-Plane 12, but not in an equal amount. I think the community today is saturated with Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I think X-Plane deserves just as much attention, in my view. In my opinion, flight model in 12, too unreal. Casper DCS, I hear what you're saying, and it is currently broken. I'm not sure if they've fixed this after RC6, but there are some, a couple of developers, one of them is Felis, has complained about the flight model. Something was broken in the flight model after RC6, and also the guys over at Xcraft have complained about the same thing. So I think you are right there in a sense that there is something wrong with the flight model since RC6, and I'm not sure if it has been fixed in the latest beta release 12.01 beta 1. All right, 117, 116 nautical miles if we look here for top of descent. So we're going to come here to the approach, and we're going to start configuring the ILS frequency for runway 06 at Manila is 109.10. And so we are going to come down here and set 109.10. All right, 109 here as well, 109.10 is set and cross-checked. 109.10, and the approach course is 061. So we're going to come here and set 061. Right, 061 is set here, and we are going to set it on the first officer side as well, 601. All right, all is good. Excellent. And we are also going to set the flap speed. So we're going to say flaps 30. We're going to add 5 knots for the wind. So 148 is the final approach speed. And we're going to select that here. And then we can go back to the menu. And top of descent is not too far now. Excellent. Look at the scenery. Just really beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Hello, my friend. Carl, how's it going, my friend? I tried to use X-Plane 12 yesterday. It updated with the beta release, but every time I try to load it, it crashes to desktop. Really, Carl? That's strange. Maybe consider removing, if you have any add-ons or plugins, maybe just try without them. And on this occasion, I'll tell you what, Xorganizer is an excellent tool for testing those things. So you can go to Xorganizer and you can disable the plugins and then see if it works. I have been here since the start. I'm on Twitch as well. Oh, thank you very much, Carl. Appreciate it, my friend. Yeah, I think the Twitch channel requires some moderation. Thank you very much, Carl. I really truly appreciate all your support, and I hope to see you in Flight Sim Expo in June. Here's a wing view for you guys. So this is a custom view that I've done. I think this one is a nice one. Yeah. And we're looking good. So, so one thing I'd like to also share with you guys, I have made a decision, a final decision, that the Q8 Pilot channel, it will no longer accept any partnerships or sponsorships from any entity. I decided that I am going to, I will do reviews, no problem. I will do showcases, no problem. But I'm not going to affiliate the channel with any entity. And in the past, I have, made several partnerships with FS Elite, with Threshold, with Any Builds. But to be very honest with you guys, in terms of the value, of course, I understand what value I gave those guys. I mean, obviously, FS Elite was very new when they started, and they were looking for, content creators with huge following. And, I was probably at that time one of the very few with, very huge following, especially after, Matt Davis left the scene. And so I was very active as well in both X-Plane, P3D. And so I understand, the value that I brought to them. And then Threshold, the same thing with Threshold, the same thing with any builds. But unfortunately, it has not brought any value to me. I agree with you, Rand. I don't need them. Yeah, the best way is to stay truly neutral. I agree there with you 100%. And so, if anything, actually, those partnerships have hurt the channel, not benefit me at all. And you guys know, for those of you who've been watching me long enough, they understand that I'm not after the money. I mean, the channel doesn't really make, the amount that the channel makes is negligible. And I normally donate everything to charities and nonprofit organizations. I'm not interested in what in revenue generation on the channel. Normally what I do is I either, donate the amount. I've donated most of the channel proceeds to the American Cancer Society because I do believe in their cause and I believe in doing good in this world. The rest of it, sometimes when the amount is not substantial enough for me to send it over to them, I either wait or, I invest it back in the channel and, get like add-on or something like that. But yeah, that is the final decision. I recently tried from Casper, descent approximately 100 nautical miles, 0.78, 280, 30 nautical miles, 10 feet, 250 knots. Was not easy. Everything is too fast, and I don't understand why this descent is called the standard. That would beat me. I wouldn't know either. So yeah, that is the final, absolute final decision that I have made, and you can now enjoy the Q8 Pilot channel without any sponsor ads or anything like that. I don't know if YouTube, my channel is set for monetization, so you'll see whatever YouTube puts there, but you'll not see anything more than that. And I'm happy, very happy, to report that I am not a partner with anyone. I'm not affiliated with anyone. I'm just the same old Q8 pilot that you guys know. And that is that. All right, let me bring up some lights here we'll add some background lights, spice things up a little bit, and here on the AFDS as well. And we're going to come back here to bring the floodlights a little bit and the panel lights. Here, I think it makes things a lot better in terms of visibility. All right, that's done. Inop. And let's see here. We're going to also turn on the panel lights here and the circuit breakers. Excellent. Strange we haven't seen any AI traffic. We do have FSLTL running, but so far no traffic whatsoever. Maybe we'll see more as we approach Manilla. Tobias Newman just became a VVIP member. Welcome aboard, my friend. Thank you very much, sir, for joining the VVIP membership here at the Q8 Pilot channel. It's very much appreciated. Welcome aboard. Tried to brainwash my daughter into aviation, but she's studying genetic biology in New York. That's actually pretty good. That's a good major. Chairman, hello, my friend. Good evening to you. No need to be sorry, my friend. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. No need at all to be sorry. Thank you again, Tobias, for the membership at the channel. I appreciate it very much, sir. Thank you for your support. Very kind of you. And that's one of the things, actually, that we are going to be doing on the channel is more content for members. And I am actually thinking to do a stream with members-only chat very soon, and that is going to be a special live stream where I will take you behind the scenes of how to create your own flight simulation YouTube channel. So that is coming soon, and hopefully I will allow the members to ask as many questions as they like during that stream. So I'm thinking of the format, what would be the best format. But things like that, expect things like that in the coming days and weeks and months. And of course, I'm going to continue with the reviews and the guides and all that good stuff as well. Good evening. You're welcome. Helped me a lot with the add-on planes. Thank you. You're most welcome. I'm glad that I was of help to you. Funny, because I think that aviation is so great, but everyone feels the same as you have to take your kid. I mean, let them follow their passion. Cordy Moose, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Thank you very much for your membership of the channel. You know, my son had an encounter with on one of the flights. He had an encounter with the Kuwait Airways captain, and he told him that he wanted to be a captain, and the captain told him, you know, I recommend that you go to medical school. So, yeah, probably the pilot wasn't very passionate about what he does. I don't know. All right, I think we can now see some traffic here on the TCAS. We can see one that is flying very close to us as we approach Manilla. And that's what I expected. I expected to start seeing traffic as we approach our destination. And the top of descent is in 26 nautical miles, so let's go ahead and reset the MCP altitude. If we come down here and look, the Tara is at 2,500, and that would be the initial approach altitude. So we're going to set the MCP altitude to 2,500 feet. Right, there we go. 2,500 feet is now set. And we are ready to begin our descent towards Manilla. Osama Mohammed, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. And by the way, I'm flying to the RPLL scenery that you've mentioned earlier today. I did get your message, by the way. No worries, Mohammed. You can always, you know, just put the slider to the beginning and watch the takeoff. It was a lovely takeoff from Butuan. Again, the 60s, 70s, and early 80s flying airlines was great. Now there are so many unruly passengers. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Things have changed, my friend, considerably. Just look at that view. Just lovely. All right, we're coming up to top of descent in 13 nautical miles. We'll begin our descent towards Manilla. It is very nice, indeed, Osama, yeah. So for those of you who are on stream, both on Twitch and YouTube, what would you guys like to see more of here on the channel? Would you like to see more X-Plane content or Microsoft Flight Simulator content? Here's the top of descent. Explain. I agree, Fox. All right. I think the mix is great between the two. You know, I kind of FS content. Hello there, Antonio Crispo from Madrid. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome aboard. Thanks for joining us. You're just in time for the landing. I was an XB11, but I wouldn't love to see more MSFS now. All right. MX sounds good. All right, Tobias. Perfect. And ladies and gentlemen, we have now hit the top of descent, and as you may have noticed, the aircraft has begun the automatic descent towards Manilla. We are at 37,000 for 2,500 feet, and it's just really a lovely scene here as we approach our destination. And I do have flight control replay for our replay once we arrive. Here's a wing view for you guys. This has got to be one of my favorite views for the PMDG. All right, back in the cockpit, things are looking pretty good. And we can go and bring back our descent profile. All right, so here's what we can do, folks. We can come down here. We are landing runway 06. So we are going to go to the fix, and we're going to type in RW06 here. And we're going to create a 10 nautical mile, let's see here, 10, and put it here. Right, and so that's set. And now what you can do is if you go to the plan and we go to step through, so now you can see those two rings that I've created. This is the 20 nautical mile ring, and this is the 10 nautical mile ring. And again, this is, for those of you who don't know, this is created for situational awareness here. It gives you a better understanding of the surroundings and the relative position of the aircraft to the runway, so you can plan your speeds, your descent, if you're too high, too low. If your speed is too high or too low, then you can adjust those before you are... before it's too late, and then you have to go around. So yeah, it's useful. Looks like there's an aircraft there ahead of us. All right, switch it back here, and let's bring up some more background lights, and we're going to also illuminate the main panels. There we go. I think that's better. We have some lights in the cockpit now. And that's the descent profile. You want to allow raids, sir? Go ahead, Carl. Yeah. Please go ahead. Sim Channel Idlux, another great creator, would like to raid you, sir. Go ahead, Carl. Where are you flying over Kuwait? We're flying over from Butuan in the Philippines. We're heading over to Manila. You want to know now where we're flying over. So if we look here, Let's remove this. And where is, where are we? That's not us right there, so hang on. Why is this not showing where we are flying? Alright, there we go. That's our flight. So that's us right there. We're flying right over Santa Cruz, is what it's called. Is it? No, that's not us. That's not us. No, that is us. But where are we? Your active flight. That is us, yeah. That's Manilla. Alright, yeah. So we're flying over Santa Cruz. Just like in Santa Cruz in California, but this one is Santa Cruz in the Philippines. So that's where we are right now. I can't, you have to. It's a creator thing. Gee, I'm not sure how to do that, to be honest. All right, let me see here if I can go to the Twitch channel. And so where do you get it, Carl? Do you know where do you get it? I don't see anything in the chat. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not very familiar yet with Twitch, so I'm not sure where to go or what to do. I'll look into it afterwards and see what needs to be done. Alright, let's put this away. We're looking good. There is a way I can bring all the chats into. So, is Volanta better than SimToolkit Pro? I think I've answered that before. Do you plan flying using VR? No, I don't. I don't do VR due to health reasons. Harold, here is my thing on Volanta and SimToolkit Pro very quickly. I've covered this in a previous stream, but let me tell you what I think of it. Volanta and SimToolkit Pro are both great electronic flight bag and flight planning tools. That said, Volanta, from the user interface perspective, Volanta gets the points, if you ask me. So it is the user interface and the user experience is a little better than SimToolkit Pro. The layout of the information is much better. But if I look at, for example, SimToolkit Pro, first of all, it's got more features, it's got more tools for the flight simmer, and it is all free of charge. So you don't have to pay for any of it. And it's got more tools, so it's got more features, more functionality for nothing. You don't really pay anything. Whereas Volanta, some of the features are called or labeled as premium features, and those it's under streams raids. I see. So SimToolkit Pro is a little better in my view. Let me see, Carl, if I can go to if I can do it through my phone. And let's see here. Stream. Let's see. Not sure where my channel drops. I really am not sure where should I go to do that. I'm not getting the option, so I'm not sure. Vipers Racing Captain question, please go ahead. Yeah, I'll be happy to answer your question. If you can't do this now, don't worry. We'll do it later. All right, Carl. Let's just do it later. I'm not sure really how to do it now. I'll have to figure it out later. But thanks. Thank you. I hope I don't know even what a raid is right at this point. So thank you to whoever is supporting our Twitch channel. I thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, we are approaching Manilla, ladies and gentlemen, and let's switch to the external view here as we approach Manilla, and we can see the lights here. We can see there's a number of aircraft as well, a number of AI traffic around us, and looks like it's going to be a little towards nighttime. And if you guys, by the way, don't like nighttime, we can definitely change it. But what we can do is land during nighttime, and then during the replay we can change the time if that's what you guys like me to do. I can definitely do that. But we can leave. We're not flying in real time anyway, so if you want me to change the time, I'll be more than happy to do that. Yeah. Are you using other weather engines or the default? I'm just using the default. A raid is where you send all your viewers to another Twitch channel of your choice at the end of your stream. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha, Rand. Yeah, I think I've read something about that. Thank you very much, Rand. Appreciate it. Thank you for that. You know, the scenery here actually looks pretty good. Yeah. Example, one thing you notice, PMDG, example, takeoff, must follow MC. If you go very high after 3 to 4 waypoints, instead of turning around, they go straight. Huh. It's very that content creators on Twitch hand over viewers to encourage your audience to be exposed to other good content creators. I get you, Carl, now. All right, I understand what it is now. I'm happy to do it, I'm not sure how. So perhaps we'll do it next time. But thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. All right, let's take a look at the outside here real quick. And this is Manilla. And we're getting pretty close to our destination now. It looks lovely. You know what? I think that's too much background lights. Let me reduce the lights a little bit. Yeah, I think that looks better. Yeah. 40. All right. Standard. All right. We're at 16,000 for 2,500. Helps channels grow and such. We'll get it figured out once the stream. I'll help you, sir. Thank you very much, Carl. I really, truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. And I'm happy to support fellow flight simmers in any way, shape, or form. As always. Here's our turn. You can see the 20 nautical mile ring that we've created here, so you can tell now that we are very close to our destination. All right, we're going to set the auto brake to 2 for our arrival into Manila. You can see the decel here. We're still doing okay. We can extend the speed brakes a little bit to reduce our speed. Not here to tell. All right. Thank you very much, Carl. Appreciate it. I've sent a link on raids to your email. Thank you, Rand. I'll check it out for sure after the stream. All right, we are at 13,000 for 2,500. You know what? Let's reduce the lighting here a little bit. I like it a little, with not so much lights. I think that looks good. Yeah. I think the cockpit looks really good. Captain, can you show how when startup of sorry, I'm not getting you Viper Racing. Can you show how start? I'm not sure I follow you. Right, we are descending through 1,200 for 2,500. Look at that. That looks really nice. Continue our descent. I think you mean how to know the TD and start descending. Oh, okay. So if that is the question, let's say that you're at 30,000, you want to descend to 5,000, okay? So 5,000 is your initial approach altitude. So 30,000 minus 5 is 25. Multiply that by 3 for a 3-degree glide slope. So that would be 75. Add 10 nautical miles to that for contingency. That would be 85. So you would want to begin your descent at 75 nautical miles. Beg your pardon, 85 nautical miles. So 25 times 3, that's 75, and then add 10, that's 85. So you'd want to begin your descent 85 nautical miles out when you are at 30,000 feet to reach 5,000 feet on a 3-degree glide slope. And normally you do so at about between 1,200 to 1,500 feet per minute in order to reach that altitude in time. Hello, Ropage. Welcome, my friend. Look at this beautiful clouds. 10,000 feet. Landing lights are on. Runway turn-off lights. And all the lights are currently on. We are looking good. This really looks very, very immersive, guys. Tell you. The clouds, the aircraft, the cockpit, the cloud smoothing, the lights. Everything just looks fabulous. All right, and I'm going to remove the profile now and decrease the range so we can see things better. Here's our 20 nautical mile ring, and this is the 10 nautical mile ring. We still have plenty of time to descend, so we're doing okay. Let's go ahead and set the flaps now. Speed check flaps 1. What a lovely, lovely scene here as we arrive into Manila. Hi, Carl. What is not empty? Oh, you mean the Twitch channel? That's cool. Sim Channel Deluxe, hello my friend, welcome aboard. Joining us on the Twitch channel. Welcome my friend. Alright, we are now on final approach to Manila. All is good, Sim Channel Deluxe. Thank you very much, sir. I'm very sorry that I could not do the raid thing. I just still am learning my way through Twitch. I'm very sorry about that. But thank you for being here. I appreciate it. All right, Sim Channel. We'll figure it out, my friend. We'll figure it out. Thank you very much, Carl, for the introduction. I appreciate it. Right, 7,000 for 2,500. We are looking good through 184 our speed, and as soon as we reach the decel point, so we are here 20 nautical miles out from the 10 nautical. Just right before we hit the decel point, we will start our flight control replay to record our approach into Manila, so that we can replay it later. And yeah, we're looking good. Look at the lights. The night lighting is just sensational in Microsoft Flight Simulator. That is really a nice approach into Manila. Right, we are looking good. We are going to switch to 10 nautical miles. Here is our turn. We're doing okay in terms of the altitude, and let's go ahead and speed check flaps 5. Hopefully no aircraft on the runway. I think I can see the runway far in the distance now. Or maybe not. I think it's there. I think I see the runway lights. Or perhaps that's an aircraft landing. I'm not exactly sure at this time, but yeah, Yeah, if you see the light blinking there, that could be an aircraft landing into Manila. Right, that's the diesel point. Let's bring up our wheel. And let's go back to FCR. And from FCR, we're going to say connect. It is connected. Let's hit on record. All right. It's going to pop this page, and we're just going to type RPLL and hit enter. And is it recording now? All right, it is recording now. Perfect. Gonna remove that. 5,000 for 2,500. I messed that up. It was on XP12 recently, hence my confusion. No worries at all, Carl. No problem. I just noticed with the wheel 2 tool there. Yeah, it's a really it's the Flow Pro by Parallel 42. It's an excellent tool. Right, runway is ahead. We're approaching the decel point. And that is indeed the runway ahead of us now. We'll do once we land and do the replays. We'll do the replays with FCR, and we'll change the time so we can take a look at the scenery as well. FCR comes by default with FS. No, it's an add-on that you have to purchase. Is it the one with experimental features? No, Osama. This is a fully blown add-on. It works very, very well for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And it has I've done a video on it. You can go and watch it on the channel of the recent version. You'll see it in just type FCR flight control replay version. I think it's version 5. You'll be able to find it. It's on the channel. You'll find it on the main page as well. All right, so we are going to go approach. All right, and we get lined up here with the runway. Ooh, look at that. We're already there, so I'm gonna go ahead and lower the landing gear and speed check flaps 15. I'm gonna set the speed to 154 knots. There are some aircraft that I can see in the vicinity, but hopefully not exactly on the runway, so we can land. Here's a look at the outside. Things are pretty dark now, but look at the night lighting. Look at that, guys. Looks gorgeous. Right, the final speed is 148, flaps 30, and we are cleared to land. I'm going to go ahead and start reducing the speed. Actually, we are still doing good in terms of our speed, so we'll just leave it for now. $2,500. There is an aircraft ahead of us right now. All right. All right. Speed check flaps 25.
2,500.
We're looking good. I can see the runway lights. I'm not sure if that aircraft is coming to land on the opposite direction. That's what it looks like. I hope not. Because that would be an immersion breaker as far as I'm concerned. We can reset the traffic, of course. All right, and we're gonna go to 148. 148. Speed check, flaps 30. Let's reset our view. And at 1,000 feet, we will disconnect the autopilot and hand fly the approach. All right, we're doing good. Let's arm the speed brake. Speed brake armed. Auto brake is set. And everything is looking perfect. I can't see a thing to disconnect the autopilot. Where is it?
1,000.
Right, so how do I disconnect the autopilot now? Let's just use that. Right, autopilot disconnected and auto throttle disconnected as well. My aircraft. We're a bit too low. Some wind there. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Manilla, Ninoy Aquino International Airport. Whew, beautiful. Bit late on the reversers there. 80 knots and manual braking. I think we can still go here. Wow, look at this airport. How beautiful this airport is. Look at that. Wow. By the way, this is the first time I've never actually, I purchased the scenery, but I never looked at it. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Right, we're going to retract our flaps. We can start the APU. And let's do one thing, guys. Let's bring our wheel and let's select GSX. Suitable parking, ramp, parking. All right, let's select parking 4, that's fine. And let's say request follow me. And let's bring the aircraft to a stop. GSX handling by Philippine Airlines. APU is starting, and yeah, was a really fun approach, which I use for recording. I use Flight Control Replay. I think it is the former president, Carl, yeah. Thank you, boy, if you boo me. Arrival in 1 minute and 5 seconds. In the meantime, we can take a look here at the outside and just look at how beautiful this airport is. The night lighting is sensational. Look at that. Wow. Beautiful. We'll change the time in a minute and we'll check it out. All right, let me turn off the landing lights. The runway turn off lights. This one, the taxi lights are on. And we can turn off the strobes. We'll take this the position lights. And let's just wait for the 32 seconds. Where is he? "15 seconds. Still waiting for him. Where are you?" There he is. Finally. All right. Let's follow him. I really like I like GSX and all its features. You know, when you do icing and all that good stuff, it's really cool. So let's see where he takes. We'll go wherever he takes us, obviously, and then we'll do a replay of our landing. All right, let's follow along there. Follow me arriving with light speed, but still took too long. When you want it to arrive, Sim Channel Deluxe, when you want something to happen, it seems like it just forever. So that was one of the times I was wondering, should I just use the option wrap me there? But then that's an immersion breaker, wouldn't it be? So no, I thought, Kuwait, would you recommend the 3050 for XB12? You know, Air Knowledge, I wish I could answer that question, but I really can't. Because I never used that card, so I don't know. But for X-Plane, I would recommend a graphic card with the maximum amount of VRAM. So if it's not, you know, the high end, I would recommend something with 12 GB of VRAM. That would be my recommendation, especially if you want to run X-Plane in maximum, not maximum settings, but with maximum texture settings. And quite honestly, without the maximum texture settings, it kind of looks washed out. So, and then with all the add-ons, the aircraft, then there you go. Rand has given you the answer. Thank you, Rand. So where's this follow me truck taking us? Probably to the far end of the airport. Wow, the night lighting in this airport is truly exceptional. Where is this guy going? I wonder. Very smooth. The experience in Microsoft Flight Simulator is just very, very smooth. I wish I could stream at 4K, but that would not be possible, unfortunately. Because just there are some details that you cannot see, you know, with 1080p. A problem with PMDG are the very weak taxi lights. They are very weak. I would have to agree with you there. I can't see anything. Almost. It's just so dark. ahead of the aircraft. I think there is a fix for it on the flightsim.to. It gives you better lights for the taxi, but this one is even on the outside doesn't look that bad, but from the inside it looks terrible. So from the cockpit view, it doesn't look very good. Ah, it looks like there's a small terminal here. That was a long taxi. Right, finally we're here. Alrighty. Parking brakes are set, and we're gonna leave the engines running so that we can do our replay. So let me bring the wheel. Let's go to FCR, and we're gonna say stop. And now we can load it. So let's load. And where is it? RPLL. Where is RPLL? Cut the engines, please. All right. If I can find my... Ah, it's still recording. All right, let's stop. All right. Now we can say load. And now we'll go to... Where is RPLL? Ah, there it is. All right. All right, so we've loaded our replay file. And we are going to... do a replay now of of our landing. So we're gonna say play. All right, and we're gonna remove that. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change the time a little bit. So I think that is good. Yeah, there we go. And now we can take a look at our landing. Just look at this view of the aircraft. This looks wow. Yeah, now he's going to the GA area for a large aircraft. Yeah, that's right. So that is our approach. Let me bring up FCR. Right, forward click. Let's just move it here a little bit. And I think that's good. All right, let's go play. Let's remove that. Guys, look at the scenery. Here as we approach Manilla. That looks wow. I mean, those are the kind of things you miss when it's a night approach. But actually looks really, really good. Do some wing views there. Oops. Just look at that. Let me force forward this a little bit. All right, we're close to the runway, close enough to the runway. So let's say play. Just look at that approach. Lovely. I'll change the weather as well in a little while and show you guys the airport. What a beautiful approach into the airport. Look at that. Well, what do you guys think? Right, I'm gonna do one more thing, guys. I'm gonna come here and I'm going to change this to few clouds. All right, and then we're gonna come back to FCR and let's do the following. We're gonna bring the aircraft a little back here and let's say play. Just another look at the landing for you guys from maybe this angle this time. There, look at that. That looks really good. Yeah. And here is a look at the airport. Look at that, guys. Just really beautiful airport. Wow. Very nice rendition of Ninoy Aquino International in Manila, the capital city of the Philippines. Yeah, I remember the freeware RPLL for X-Plane 11. Thank you very much, Viper Racing. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun, without a doubt. Well, folks, I think this pretty much brings us to the conclusion of our live stream today. I will be taking the day off from streaming tomorrow, but I will be back with you on Saturday. And more than likely, the stream is going to be the MD-11 by Rotate for X-Plane 12. So stay tuned for that. And of course, I want to thank everyone for being here both on Twitch and YouTube. I want to thank the channel moderators for their great help and support. I want to thank all of you guys who became members on the channel today, and thank the existing members for being here. It's been real fun, and I hope that you've enjoyed this stream as much as I enjoyed streaming it for you. Until next time, please do take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for being here this evening, and bye-bye for now.